Is that it? No more? One more. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the entertainment provided by the Dara Academy School of Dance and the drum troupe of Nong Pa Klang. Put your hands together, fantastic. And if anybody wants photos later on, the girls will be on stage if you want some nice photos to take home with you. Good evening and welcome to the 2019 Awards Dinner. Thanks very much to the Empress for providing the venue for this evening, and to Martin Papworth and Taran Persaud for the layout. Well done, gentlemen. To run a tournament, we need some sponsors, and we've got some fantastic ones this year. We'd like to thank Steak, who provided the meat on Wednesday night, TAT, Flight of the Gibbon, who provided such a good enterprise with the 10 banner, and Heineken, plus the plethora of small businesses and bars. I'm sure many of you have been in lots of them and patronised them and repaid their faith in us. Thank you very much to all the sponsors. Now, it's tremendous to welcome friends old and new tonight, but unfortunately, each year goes past and some people can't make it for one reason or another, and some people are no longer with us. So I'm going to raise a toast to absent friends and to Terry Skillett, Alan Hobbs and Paul Thwaites. All three did so much for this tournament. To absent friends and our dear departed. Right. Whilst it's sad that we lose some wonderful people, it's important that we continue to strive to make this tournament great in their honour. I honestly believe that we're getting there. We've had 32 attempts, so we should be getting the hang of it by now. I'd like to thank the committee. Dave Walker stepped down after last year's tournament, and Peter Dawson stood down from the committee. Peter's still there as an advisor, and David has taken a role on the committee. They've done a fantastic job. I'm very honoured. All I have to do is read the notes now and again. I get an occasional message when I wake up at 5 a.m. from George and check things out. George is doing a tremendous job, I think, as chairman. Now, to run events on the pitch, we obviously need officials. Our umpires this year, led again by Paul Hagar-Jones, have done their very best. They're the fairest men I know. If there's an error being made, it's an error in honest judgment. They do a tremendous job. They pay their own way to get here, and they absolutely worship this tournament. Also, thanks to the others, auxiliary umpires who helped out with the ladies' competition. On to the scorers, and I think you'll agree by looking online to be able to catch ball-by-ball updates wherever you are in the world is something special. And I know that Richard Lockwood, the head scorer, takes great pride in it. Helped by Poi and some of the other youngsters, I think they've done a great job. As I say, as they update it, anywhere in the world you can get the live scorecards and, of course, the incredible live streaming and footage. Many, many thanks to Richard and Liam Cowles. It really is like working at a world-class event. It baffles me, some of the controls in there, so I keep well clear. But absolute clear streaming, and such as this evening. People can watch this on YouTube in a day or so time. Absolute leaps and bounds over the last few years. Well done, Liam and Richard. Now, of course, plenty of gentlemen involved in cricket, but we've got lots of special ladies who've helped us out as well. And we're now going to present some bouquet flowers to some special ladies this week. Kunorn for keeping our thirst going at the bar. Poi, Nid, Jackie and Susie, our amazing duck ladies. Ann Dawson, Sar Walker and Janet Kerwin. Thank you so much, ladies. Youngsters just bringing the flowers round. Of course, there are countless other volunteers involved in the tournament. If any time you are stuck for anything to do at 7 a.m, you go down there, a complete hive of activity as youngsters are preparing the ground, the tents, the bars, just making sure everything is pristine for when we all arrive. Thank you to everybody, whatever they've done to make this tournament so successful once again. Now we've got a couple of teams celebrating anniversary, a side that have been up every tournament, celebrating 50 years as a club. Congratulations, Darjeeling Cricket Club. And I was also informed this afternoon that it's the 20th anniversary of the Gymkhana Cavaliers. Now, I'll just give George a moment to get back up here because we're going to start and do the awards. He's a fit lad, is George. You'll see him round the boundary all week. That came out wrong, didn't it? Won't be a moment. We're going to review the week, day by day, and make special mentions of all the top-class achievements. It only seems like 5 minutes ago, does last Sunday. We got underway, and there were a few 30s. Ishti with 32, Steve Robertson 31, Troy Harvey 30, Matt Richmond 31, and James East 31. Also some fine bowling performances. Tom Smith with 2 for 3, Jahinga with 2 for 6, and Greg Shearer with 2 for 10. But we've decided the player of the day for the opening day on Sunday is Henry Cooper, who scored 35 and then took 2 for 5. Well done, Henry. Well, by Monday, I think everyone had got over the jet lag or sobered up over the weekend because there were far more outstanding performances. Ubaid with 35, Jeff Lyons with 32, Mohammed Jawed 31, Angus Leslie 30, Andrew Hall 30, Tufakil Haq 30, Syed Mokamal 30, Ian Fagan 31, Neil Kirkwood 30, Trevor Langworth 30, Nick Kelly 30, Kevin Woon 30 and Ishti 31. Some fine bowling as well, Graham Young with 2 for 3, Arsalan Ijaz 2 for 5, Angus Leslie with 2 for 5 as well. But we've decided, despite coming close, a gentleman called Asim went in with the UN Irish pub requiring 18 off 4 balls and he smashed them. But I'm afraid, Asim, you've been pipped to the post by Naveed Patan, who scored 30 and 31 in the same day, took 2 for 8 and 1 for 1. So Monday's player of the day, Naveed Patan. Somebody is collecting on behalf of Naveed. On to Tuesday, and retirements went to Tom Smith, Kyron Dill, Nicole Shah, Brian Mackay, Ubaid again, Arsalan Ijaz, John Scales. Crikey, John, that was early in the week. Sanjeev with 2 for 1, Faisal Ahmed 2 for 7, and Damien O'Hara with 1 for 3. But we've decided on Tuesday the player of the day for an outstanding innings in his debut year here in Chiang Mai goes to Gary Outram with his 34. Right, on to the midweek stage. And retirements on Wednesday went to Julian Fagan, Naveed Patan, Greg Kemp, Syed Mokamal, George Cook, Nick Kelly, Graham Worth, Troy Harvey again, Tom Cole, Bill Ali Jazz, Mohammed Jawed, Graham Doggett and Ishti. Bowling-wise, a fine performance from Wazza Warren, 2 for 8. Gary Hancock, 1 for 3. Chris Ponter, 1 for 3. Braden Allen, 1 for 3. But we've decided for a fine innings and bowling the final over to get his side over the line, the winner of the player of the day on Wednesday with 34 runs goes to Ben Hyde. Thursday, and we're into the height of the second round where games become crucial. Retirements on Thursday came for Tom Smith, Peter Richardson, Jack Taylor, Rubiat Hack, Pete Cowan, Saurav Chatterjee, Arsalan Ijaz, Julian Fagan, Andrew Hall, Troy Harvey. Has somebody played with my script? Troy Harvey 3 times. Ishti, Gary Derbyshire, Dale Stocken, Gary Outram. And the only really noticeable bowling figures were Neil Kirkwood with 1 for 3. Definitely a batsman's day. And it goes to a batsman. The player of the day for Thursday for his 35, a superb innings, goes to Syed Mokamal. On to Friday, knockout stage virtually for some of you. Some great knocks again. Chan Chai, Sam Nitschke, Graham Worth, Jason Locke, Clint Stewart, Greg Kemp, Pete Richardson, Mohammed Jawed, Sam again, Chris Coombs, Naveed Patan, Graham Doggett twice, Steve Christie, Tim Marriott. And with the ball, Dave Cooney with 2 for 3. Zishan Laldin, 2 for 6. Anthony Dixon, 2 for 7. Greg Kemp, 2 for 11. and Damien O'Hara 2 for 12. Now there's some amazing performances in there, especially some that have doubled up that would usually be very, very strong contenders for Player of the Day. But there was one innings that I'm sure anyone who was down at the ground on Friday, Sanjeev Jayasurinam, who scored 34 from 6 deliveries. A retirement in the first over. On to Saturday, and more great innings throughout the day. Sam Nishka, very good. Pete Richardson, Bilal Ijaz, Damien O'Hara, Ishti, Zishan Laldin, Jack Taylor, Jason Locke, Nick Kelly, Chan Chai, Awais Ijaz, Saeed Mokamal, Rose Moore with 3 for 0 in the ladies' game, and Pete Richardson for 1 for 4. But Saturday, it's Player of the Finals Day, and we've decided to award it to a player who has massive effects on his team's victory today. Player of the Finals Day this year, for scores of 34 and 31, go to Julian Fagan. Well done, Julian. Now we go on to the Player of the Tournament award, and we try to do this as statistically based as possible. We try and make it as statistically based as possible, and we try and put into consideration all-round performances. There are batsmen who've scored more than this gentleman. I'm not sure there's anyone taking more wickets, though. A gentleman who has not been dismissed all week. He scored 102 runs, including 1 retirement, but he's taken 6 wickets, including 1 in each of the semi-final and the final. So the panel have adjudicated that the Player of the Tournament for 2019 goes to Tufik-ul Haq. Well played, sir. Right, we move on now to the team awards, and in time-honoured fashion of late, the runners-up medals are on the table of the side who finished second in each competition. So we're going to ask the runners-up to stand up and receive their applause, and the winners will come up and receive their medals. So we're going to start with the ladies' competition. Once again, 4 teams are all trying their very best. The locals, I'm sure, have picked up plenty of tips along the way. We've even had word that the women's competition is going to increase in numbers next year, which is good. In the final, however, the runners-up in the ladies' competition for 2019, if you'd like to stand up, are the Thai Angels. I'm sure they're around somewhere. I know that at least one's a dancer and one's an organiser. However, they were up against strong competition, wonderful competitors and great ambassadors for the women's game. The winners for 2019, the Central Spirits. Please come up, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, the Central Spirits. Now then, on to the spoon. Good competition this year. We got to Saturday afternoon, lunchtime. The runners-up in the spoon this year, again, fantastic ambassadors. They've travelled an awful long way. The runners-up are the Northern Territory Bushrangers. But in the end, and I have a funny feeling this may be mildly popular. Some things are written in the stars, and we've hit on losing Terry Skillett during the year. He'll be proud looking down today. I hope Jenny was watching, because their boys did them proud. The winners of the spoon for 2019, the Eos Malaccas. Yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, leader of the Malaccas, Max Osmond, would just like a quick word.
I know we've all spoke about Terry a lot this week, and we all miss him, and he was a big part of this. But Jenny's still here, and she's in Australia, and she's so beautiful. We're looking after her, and I know she'll be watching all of this and thinking every minute of every day watching this whole tournament. And I know she's sending love to every one of you, because everyone I've seen this week has said to me, "How's Jenny? How's Jenny?" So I just want everyone to know that Jenny sends her love back to all of you guys, and that, you know, it's a little bit special that we did it today for Jenny. And I just want you all to know that Jenny is sending all her love to you guys. That's all. Beautifully put, Max.
Right, move on to the 4th grade, the Joe Carpenter Plate. It was the first semi-finals of the day, yet the final was the last match, so the guys had time to recover. And again, fantastic group, some good cricket throughout. The final, yeah, could have been a little bit tighter. I expected it to be because both sides had played well in the lead-up. As it happens, one team has to lose in the final, and this year the runners-up in the Joe Carpenter Plate are the Red Lion Wombats. Again, I'm sure Alan would have been looking down, cheering you on, but it wasn't to be today. Because you met fine competition, to be fair, in the final. Played very good cricket all week. The winners of the plate for 2019 are the Tokyo Dingbats. Well done, the Dingbats. Right, we move on to the bowl. Again, I can tell you now, myself, George and Burnsy had a predictor competition throughout the week. There was a fair bit of cheating, I have to say, from Burnsy. But none of us quite got this one. There was a few went for the runners-up who can count themselves slightly unlucky today. The runners-up in the bowl, the Awali Taverners. However, they were up against a fine team who've played some good cricket all week, a mixture of youth and experience. The winners of the bowl for 2019, the Chiang Cavaliers. Congratulations, the Gymkhana Cavaliers. We move on to the 2nd grade, the Bromley Shield, where a young set of locals have captured our hearts throughout the week. They played tremendously well in the semi-final to beat a fine Clifton Hill side, but unfortunately it was one step too far in the final. The runners-up of the Shield, Taitavada. As it was, they were up against excellent opposition in the final. A team, I believe, who may have lifted the Shield before. The winners this year are the Yorkshire Puddings. Bloody Yorkshiremen, they get everywhere. So on to the Cup. And it was a real honour to call the games today. We're talking around the bars last night and talking to people who know the cricket. Plenty were nonplussed who was going to win the Cup. And that's good because for many years, one team dominated. It's always good when you have a competition where you go into the finals day and any one of four can win. As it happened, the final was contested between two fine sides. The runners-up this year, they fought back tremendously well from a hopeless position and showed real character in the final. The runners-up of the Cup for 2019, the Gloucestershire Gypsies. However, it is fair to say that the best team in the tournament are the winners of the Cup. The fielding, batting and bowling throughout, it's as though they've got an extra gear for when the pressure moments mount. The winners of the Cup for 2019 are the NCL Dynamites. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCL Dynamites. Now there's still a few awards to come, the next of which was introduced a few years ago and named after our famous commentator Rick Davis. The award is sort of along the same lines as the Test Match Special Brian Johnson Champagne Moment. Rick being a pretty similar bloke to Brian Johnson, enjoying humour, fun and love the game and the spirit of cricket. Nominations have come in. Some are for great cricket, some for sportsmanship and some for just plain hilarity. The inaugural year it was won by 12-year-old Luke McKinnon for a retirement in a final. Last year saw the epitome of the tournament as volunteers helped Tom Mass with the covers during a heavy rain shower on finals day, meaning we missed absolutely no cricket. Since last year, the trophy has been renamed the Davis Skillet Champagne Moment. Now we've got some nominations this year. This morning, an amazing catch from Peter Richardson on the boundary. Very special moment. I even called that he'd dropped it, but it was his glasses that had come off. I believe there was a moment being replayed in the White Lotus last night about 50 times of Stuart Matthewson trying to get out of the way of a cotton ball and being hit flush on the backside. Also, honourable mentions to Dave Cooney and Tristram Fletcher of the same side, who both walked having snicked off but not being given out. That's what we like here. But the panel, and we are a bunch of softies at heart, have decided to give the champagne moment for 2019 for an amazing moment from a youngster who we've mentioned his side already. Chiang hit the 10 banner to retire, help his side to win and knock Darjeeling out of the competition. So the champagne moment goes to Chiang for his 10. We believe Chiang is currently on his way to another tournament, so another youngster will come and collect on his behalf. You're not the youngster I was looking for. I am, I'm going to hand it now to this is the segue. And well done all the kids. And that turns out to be quite an opportune segue, because I am now going to hand over to Martin Papworth for a word on junior kids developments in the area. Martin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to say a few words of thanks to all of you who've supported junior cricket, and that means all of you. I mean, everyone who's taken a drink at the bar has inadvertently supported us throughout the week, so all of you have taken part in helping junior development. But there are some special people I want to name tonight, and a few teams who've gone out of their way to give us great support. Just naming a few: Beijing Ducks, Kimberley Crusaders, Lord's Taverners, Blytheswood Drifters, Tokyo Dingbacks once again, Darjeeling Dominic Bryan, who's organised a sweepstake for us. Clifton Hill, of course, and Lulu and the Central Spirits, who've raised money on the slide today. So there's been some great things. Ron from the Wombats, Ron Jones, thank you. He's made an amazing contribution today as well. Thank you, guys. Just locally, I'd like to thank a few people. Lockie, who's been the secretary of CMSCA, the Chiang Mai School Cricket Alliance, for many a year, offering great support. George and Orne, who run the drinks every weekend at the cricket club, who raise money for junior cricket. This week we've had the Sons of Pitches and Malaccas raise a great deal of money along with Sid. Thank you very much, guys. I just want to mention that through some of the efforts through Sid, we're going to actually create an under-19 hardball annual cup called the Terry Skillett Junior Cup. That will take place this year and will go on in perpetuity, so in memory of Terry. I'd also like to thank, of course, the Duck Ladies in Jenny's absence. Jackie and Susie have done a fantastic job. Thank you, girls. And just lastly, CMSCA has been around for over 20 years now, and this does mark the 20th Sixes Cup, which will take place in May this year due to the pollution issues we had earlier in the month. And, we're very proud as part of the Sixes Committee to be supporting the 20th event. We have 14 teams taking part. We have a thriving junior programme up here, and it's thanks to all you guys that we do. So thank you again for all your support.
Fantastic, Martin. And of course, part of the fundraising, we have the Fanta Sixes competition. I'm just about to announce a lucky winner. Well, it would have been a bit embarrassing. As we entered the final furlong, yours truly was ahead. But not for the first time on finals day. I fell off my horse and finished third. The winners joint winners of the Fanta Sixes this year, both going to receive 3,750 baht, are Willie Haynes and Ray Matty. If you'd both like to come up for a photo with the trophy, please. Collect your money. Let's just wait for Willie, he's on his way. Oh, he's gone back.
At least I'm good at something. I would like to donate my winnings to the junior cricket. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Ray, if you just stay for a photo, mate, please. Willie, just go along. He's behind the butterfly. Willie, you're an absolute gentleman. Both winners have donated their money to kids' cricket. Right, well that's just about all the trophy giving going. It's down for a few closing words. And I'd just like to say a few, if that's okay. As we've seen this week, nobody's around forever, so it is important that we do enjoy each other's friendships when competing properly on the pitch. I think we do that pretty well. Over the years, obviously, this tournament has grown, and thanks partly to social media. And it's helped us to grow in a massive family. We share each other's happiness and birthdays and successes. But we also share sadness. And sometimes when you see sad news, it brings it home to you just how much of a family we are and how much we matter to each other. And I think it's pretty special, and it shows how much we are, when there's a gentleman before this tournament was given some shocking news, but he's still determined to come. He's played all the way through the tournament and reached the cup final. Ron Jones, you are an absolute inspiration and a legend. As I mentioned earlier, we are, as a committee, I can assure you, we are forever looking to learn and listen in finding new ways to keep this magnificent tournament at the top of the game. Please do let us have your suggestions and feedback. Even if we can't act on everything, I can assure you we do listen. It's your tournament. We're merely custodians and coordinators of it. You guys have been the real stars. I'm hoping it's not for a while yet, because I'm quite enjoying this, but when we eventually do hang up our boots, we do want it to leave it in as good a shape as when we arrived, so we can hand it on to the next generation. And that's down to you guys to continue to bring youngsters to the fold. Teach them about the spirit of the Sixes and what a wonderful family we've got. And of course, thank you everyone for your support, kind words. It keeps us going. It is tiring at times, but just seeing smiling faces and kind words matters so much. Now, just before we all head off to party, a bit of breaking news. We've got the dates for 2020. They will be appearing on the website in the next day or so. But the tournament next year will be running from the 29th of March to the 4th of April. By then, who knows who'll be the new world champions? Who'll have won the Ashes? Whatever, I hope they play the cricket in the same spirit all you guys have this week, and then we've got an English summer to look forward to. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you again so much once again. Let's give it another bash next year. We've only got another 50 Mondays to go before we all meet again. Take care and good night, and travel well wherever you are.